Cool. Yeah, so last session, um, we opened in the aftermath of these two Garbanoids plane shifting away from their attempted kidnap with Murdry. You decided to make my life easy by immediately splitting the party as your first decision of the evening. Carl and Warforged taking Murdry up those sort of 30 odd flights of stairs back to the ground floor of the archives. Whilst they were gone, the rest of you stayed in that room on the lower level with that brass ring, that brass circle. During that time, you were ambushed, interrupted by a lone Garbanoid who you were able to deal with quite quickly. You guys were kind of prepared for, you were keeping quite aware of anything sort of coming up like that. Carl and Warforged left Murgy with a guard up on the ground floor and urged this guard to get some medical help before coming back down and meeting with the rest of the party. At which point you were all communicated with telepathically by this by a chorus of voices, rather than like this lone voice you've sometimes heard in the past of various people from your own pasts. This is like a chorus who called themselves the Illithid. And they told you that now would be a good time to discuss the terms of their arrival in Griffinsteel. There was a little bit of discussion about what it was they were looking for, or what it was they wanted. At which point, this chorus of voices separated down, and this time you heard the recognisable voice of Murdry Tinkerrock, who told you that the Illithid wanted the book, and they wanted to understand the power of the book. And this was aimed at Z, clearly hinting towards the book which Z has been carrying with them since the start of the campaign. You had three other guards join you, and there was a bit of discussion around what to do next. Initially, you suggested leaving those guards there, before thinking better of it and deciding that the whole party and those guards would all head back to the ground floor to get a understanding of what was going on. On your way, closing up and sealing every single door on those lower levels and all the way back up, ensuring that if anything was to come through that brass ring again, that there was at least some kind of barrier to them just walking upstairs, essentially. As you, when you got back to the top floor, you found that Murdry's body was missing, and the guard that was stood there had been killed, was leant up against the doorway, dead. At this point, tensions kind of grew a little within the party. Carl, at this point, confronting Z, suggesting that they were to blame themselves in that book. Elwyn maybe not trying to calm the tension, but at least break Carl and Z apart, sort of stepped in. And then as the tension began to build, these voices you've heard previously came back again. This voice of a child, or a young boy at least, telling Carl to beat it out of him, Dad. Goading, and this escalated until Carl used his rage, bringing vines up through the ground, from what I recall, breaking up through the floor.
Yep.
Took two nat 1 swings at Elwyn. Clearly overcome with rage at this point, before just making their way out of the archives, heading to the doorway in a temper. And as it reached the doorway, was ambushed and knocked unconscious by a member of the city guard who was watching that unfold. This guard immediately said that they'd been sent to provide medical attention for Murdry, who is no longer at the archives and appears to be missing and unaccounted for. And as you began talking with this guard on what to do next, You suggested that they should make sure that the mayor and Visera was safe and what was happening with there. And as the guard was sort of talking back to you and telling you about their plans, you all became kind of distracted as again this internal voice communicated seemingly to your party and not to the guards in the room. And it was recognisable once again as Murdry's voice. This time offering an amicable end to this situation. Murdry suggested that at sunrise at 6:30, you were to bring the book to the brass circle in the lower levels of the archives and to give it to the Illithid. And at that point, they would. There was at least some hinting that they would spare the city. And if you were not to do that, Murdry promised that by this same time tomorrow, the entire city would fall and belong to the Illithid. Z, somewhat extravagantly, taunted back, claiming that maybe they didn't have access to the book. But that was met with silence. The Illithid, Murdry, the voices no longer communed, no longer responded. And then the silence of the night was broken as you heard a scream sort of pierce through from the streets. You headed out onto the exterior of the archives and into the city streets, and these screaming started to build. You could hear other voices screaming, and you saw some citizens come dashing out of buildings, dropping to their knees, grasping at their heads and screaming aloud. And that was where we left things. It's 1:50 a.m. The sun will rise at 6:30 a.m. So you have just under 5 hours before the Illithid have demanded that you meet them and hand over the book. You have a member of your party unconscious currently. And the rest of your party pretty low on resources, and some of you pretty low on hit points. Which I guess means what would you like to do?
Try.
Time for a long rest, I think, isn't it?
Not enough time. I wish. Definitely short rest.
I'd like to point out that I'm unhappy with how gleeful Sam sounded then.
Yeah.
Listing off how fucked we are.
What would you like to do?
I'm pretty sure Sam went, I'm bored of Griffinsteel. I want to wipe it from the map.
Yeah, I want to make a new world.
Yeah, when he asked us all how close we are to the end of the campaign, we didn't say it's going to be next session.
Yeah.
I have every faith in you all to solve this.
Sam, remind me.
Yes.
Sometimes people have like urchins they can get hold of.
Yep.
Is that a rogue thing or is that a background thing?
There are backgrounds to get access to it, yeah. But I mean, you certainly have a underground group of contacts yourself in the city.
Yeah, well, can I find someone quite quickly?
You guys, the archives is not far from the Hungry Horse Tavern, as it happens.
Fine. I turn to the party as it dawns on me the enormity of this situation and say, I've got to get him out of here. We've got to go.
Okay, let's go.
Let me sort that out, and we can. And then we'll stop and look at Carl, who's currently unconscious.
Oh, fuck's sake, Carl.
I have one potion of healing that I can give to him. Does anyone have any healing spells?
I will not be using on Carl.
He's not 0 hit points.
Yes. Yeah, he's not on 0 hit points. He was just knocked unconscious, yes.
Okay, I'll slap him awake.
It would be the worst thing to get Carl back awake. Well, as I do is that I will just move away.
Yeah, and you're able to dash over to Carl's side and give him a shake, bring him to, take out some of the frustration for maybe the tension he's himself caused last session.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Get your shit together. We've got work to do.
you bring him around to consciousness, yeah.
Yeah. And I tell him that to get his shit together, and then I say we've got to go, and I'm going to head off towards the hungry horse. Assuming people are going to follow me, but I don't really care if they do or not. I'm not paying attention to what
Where,
they necessarily.
where are you going? Why are you going there?
Hungry horse.
World's fucked, isn't it? Let's go to the
I'll
pub.
meet you there.
Wait, where are you going, Carl?
I'm just going to ignore him. And Sam said he liked it when the party split up. Let's.
For fuck's sake. Last time this happened, I had to kill a mind flayer.
To be fair, out of character, I intend to spend about 30 seconds in the pub.
I just want to go find some fucking healing potions. I'm getting sick of not having any.
Eleanor's head of the Hungry Horse. Let me go through and play it. Let me just go through the playlist quick. So, Eleanor, your head of the Hungry Horse, Warforged. What are you planning to do?
I'll just go wherever. Who's not gone anywhere yet? Isn't it? Z.
Eleanor's stated that she's headed to the Hungry Horse. Yeah.
I'll just stick with whoever else is like. I'll just stick with everyone else. Like
You're going
Whatever-
wherever the majority of the group is, yeah?
yeah.
See?
I want to. It's very, very late, isn't it?
It's 5 to 2 in the morning.
Yeah. The Hungry Horse, am I remembering right? Is that the elf pub?
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to go with Eleanor there because that feels like the best chance of finding someone that can supply some potions now.
Elwyn?
I will stealthily follow Carl so he doesn't get mugged up on his own.
Okay, right. That's.
I will at least stay a good distance from him so he doesn't get.
Carl isn't looking behind him.
Yeah, Carl. I'll stealthily follow him. If someone attacks Carl in this state, I don't think he'll be good on his own. I won't be in contact with him. I will just stealth behind him.
Okay.
Feel bad leaving him on his own.
Eleanor, Warforged, and Z. You. Yeah, Eleanor, you're clearly not. You're not going to waste time in this situation. If Carl is staying where he is or going his own way, you're not waiting at this point.
Nope.
The three of you start making your way to Hungry Horse. Quite quickly, like the last time you were up on the ground levels of the city, 3, 4, 5 hours ago, it was kind of eerily quiet. The city was on some kind of unofficial lockdown following the orders given to close the city and to let no one come in or out. And it's kind of weird. It's a bit of a juxtaposition. You would have expected that time of day to be busy, and it wasn't. And now, when you'd expect the streets to be quiet, mostly empty, silent, you hear screams. You can see there's every street you walk down, there are people screaming out. There's people, you can see people either through windows inside of buildings, just grasping at their heads and screaming in agony. There's a few people out on the street, sort of stumbling about, either crying out in agony themselves or clearly recovering from some kind of heavy pain. It seems, from what you can see immediately, it looks like most people, at least anyone you pass, seems to be in some kind of state of distress. But nothing has happened to the three of you. You haven't been attacked. You haven't felt like you are being targeted. But yeah, it's a pretty intense scene as you make your way over. Literally takes you less than 15 minutes. You reach the Hungry Horse. When you get there, you can see there's some candlelight inside the tavern. You can see you can see some movement reflected through the windows.
Cool. I burst in.
Yeah. As you do, you find it's certainly not like it's not the busiest night in the history of the Hungry Horse. But there's maybe somewhere between 15, 20 people in there. Some of them laying sort of face down, slumped down at tables. There's a couple sort of just slumped up against walls, holding their heads, like their forehead in their palms. There's one guy sat in the corner of the room, just sat down, and he's just sort of his body rocks a little, and just every now and again he just lets out this sort of there's just this whine and groan of pain.
I completely ignore that.
Mm-hmm.
I look for the person in the room who I think is most trustworthy.
Yeah.
/ I know the most. Who's not involved in any of that stuff. Who looks like relatively normal. I'm gonna rush over to them straight away and just say, I'm gonna thrust 10 gold in their hands.
Yeah.
I think, and say to the this person, do they know where I live? That's the question. If they don't, I explain where they.
You can find someone that knows you well enough. Yeah.
Yeah. So I say, go to my house, get them, tell them to leave, go west, and just keep going. I can't remember what the port is, but whatever the port is, get to the port as soon as you can. Get the train to Pear Trees if you can, but there's probably not time. Just go. Tell them to go. Tell them when they get to the wharf, I'll be in contact. But they've got to go now. Like, please, just go and make them go.
Yeah. You hand over the money. You pass over the instructions, and you can see there's clearly a little bit of distress going on here. This looks like this person's also had some kind of effect, but you can see they're sort of registering, taking in your instructions. They nod a little bit slowly as you talk, and then you sort of usher them that this has to happen now. That you need to go, and they stand motionless.
What are you doing?
He looks at you. He's looking directly at your eyes as you look at them. You speak to them, but that form of recognition that was there previously isn't there now. And it's just like they're staring straight through you. And then just immediately just grasps at their head, screams out, drops down onto their knees.
I push them away from me and look around for anybody who I think is not fucking insane.
Yeah.
And find that person and repeat the same thing to that person.
Yeah, you walk over. There's another one. There's one guy that's just kind of sat at the bar in the tavern. Is looking around, kind of confused at this situation. Seems a little bit in shock, unsure of how to take this all in. You dash over, and as you do, they recognise you, and he speaks out. He says, "I don't know what the hell's going on. What is going on?"
I don't know. Just, I need you to do something for me.
Eleanor, what is going on?
Here's some money. Go to this place. Tell them to go. Tell them to go west. Get to the wharf, and I'll contact them.
Eleanor, what's going on?
That is the most important thing right now. We can't save the city unless you don't do this thing. It's very important. You're doing a great service if you do this. Please just go.
Stops, looks at you. What's going on?
Just go, please.
Just repeats himself again.
They look like they're
them.
with it.
It's they just repeat themselves. The same tone, the same wording, the same sort of cadence of delivery. It's almost like a tape being rewound and repeated.
Can I slap them sensible?
Yeah, you do. You slap them pretty hard, pretty forceful. This is like there isn't time for this shit, basically.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah,
it does. the head shakes, and there's no response this time. And then he stops, and he sort of shakes his head again. And he goes, I don't understand what's going on, but okay. And he immediately gets up. You see, he gets to his feet, and he dashes towards the door. He doesn't seem keen to stay in this situation any longer than he has to. And he stumbles a bit as he reaches towards the door. You see, he grasps up at his head. And, But then he stops.
You're fucking killing me, man.
He stops and he gets back up, readies himself a little, and then you see him dash out the doorway.
I have to run after him.
Don't run after him, yeah?
I have to.
Yeah?
Fuck.
Why
couldn't you just let me get the message to them? That would have been so much easier.
You dash out into the street, you see him.
I grab him as soon as I can.
Yeah. And you grab him, he stops, and he goes, I can do it, I'll do it, I'll take the message.
What's going on with your head?
And he sort of, you see, he actually reaches up and he sort of almost sort of slaps himself in the head. He sort of bashes against his head and he goes, It's like I'm not alone. It's like someone else is in here.
Do not do what I did. Just don't do that. Go and sit down there and have a lovely cup of tea. This will be over soon.
And he stops again. So gone.
How far do I live from this place?
30 minutes? 25, 30 minutes?
Stan, why are you just a dickhead?
Brutal.
I'm going to take him. My demeanor has now changed, given that I've now realised that this person is no longer going to survive more than a few minutes, and I take him back into the into the pub with an arm around my shoulder, get him to sit down and say, I'll bring him some tea. Then we'll go back to the party and explain what's going on.
Does it look?
Ending my explanation with, what the fuck do we do?
Does it look like anyone in this place is like with it at all, or do they all look a bit spaced out?
Not particularly. If anything, 1 second. Give a perception check from Wolf Fortune Z.
Yes, you may. Ah.
You both watch this going on, Eleanor's interactions, and whilst this is going on, the two of you sort of become a little aware. It's almost like the screams you could hear around you. It's almost like they seem somewhat centered on you and seem to be following it as you entered each new street. The screams and the people dashing out in pain almost seem to be coming to meet you, as if you were at the head of a tide rushing through the city. But no, nobody around Juicy seems unaffected.
In that case, once Eleanor wanders off, as soon as that happens, Z's gonna go behind the bar and just search and see if there's any kind of stash of potions, anything useful hidden at any point behind this bar.
Okay.
Oh, fuck off.
Drinks, some spirits, glasses, a little bit of coinage. No. No potions.
Grab a bottle of whiskey and get back out of there. That's for Carl. It'll calm him down.
Only useful if you ever see him again.
Yeah, we'll see.
Whilst you guys are dealing with that quick, Elwyn, you... Oh, sorry, 1 second. My phone is ringing. I need to take this. 1 moment.
Why could I not just like roll better?
Nah, you just get. Yeah, but you're only going to
Why
get
are you
potions. It's not
important?
going to do a lot.
I fucking need potions.
See,
I've
do
got
you have
potions.
sending?
I thought
No.
Charlie said he was going to trust Sam more now.
I haven't got sending, and even if I had sending, I haven't got any fucking spell slots to use.
I'm so angry. I
I
can't
can-
tell how angry I am.
I am equally as angry about that.
Alright, I've
I
got
just want
heals
them
on
to
me,
survive.
and I've got some healing potions.
Look, we'll just go fuck up some illithids. It'll be fine. I just need a short rest so I can get a couple of my spell slots back.
I can think of 2 plans. And one of them you are not going to like.
I don't like either of them. But I'm willing to do either, I don't care.
I'm
One of them-
laying
one
down
of them's-
now.
One of them's given the book. But
Question:
yes.
Could we? I don't know. The problem is they're not. They're not devils. In the sense that if they were devils, what we could do is find some way of agreeing to the bargain, but
Yeah.
not agreeing to the bargain at the same time. Like, for instance, pouring ink all over every single page of the book. However, I feel like these guys are not devils. I'm not going to listen to that.
These guys do not feel very lawful evil to me.
Yeah, exactly.
These guys feel very much chaotic evil.
Just fucking evil. Just very
Yeah.
evil.
Just fucking gonna kill a whole world over a book.
I reckon it's just one guy that's like leading them all, like the mother of them all that's controlling them all. It's
Yeah,
just
but
the mother they're all drop.
Out of character, that is how illithids work, I think. In character.
It's a-
Oh, I didn't know that. I've not really searched the fit.
Yeah, I think. No, I knew.
I believe it's a hive mind kind of.
Yeah, I think
type
they
of
know
thing.
some critical role.
But
Elwyn,
Yeah.
yeah, you... Whilst the other 3 members of the group split off, you follow behind Carl, and it's you don't even need to put much effort into it. Carl is between the sort of chorus of screams that meet you as Carl turns each street corner. Between that and Carl's anger and determination, wherever he's going, he's set on doing something. He's not stopping. Even as you pass some of these people coming out of houses screaming, Carl doesn't physically push them aside, but you see him veer his path away from them. He's not stopping, and he's not going to be stopped. You have to make no effort to remain unseen. He's focused on something. He's beelining for something. You follow him through city streets. You see him come into a slightly more residential area, sort of middle class somewhere. This isn't the slums, but it's not one of the classier areas of the city. And you see he goes up to this one particular doorway, and he bangs at the door. This isn't a knock. This is a slam of the fist on this door. And he doesn't even give whoever's house this is, whoever it is he's trying to get the attention of. He doesn't give them time to answer before he pushes at the door and forces it open. You see that he puts a bit of strength into this. He's not waiting. He's not pausing. He forces this door open.
Owen's got a guess already, so...
He heads inside. Are you waiting? Are you following him in?
I'll semi-follow him, but I won't go inside.
Okay.
I'm guessing this is his ex-wife's house.
Keeps make a perception check, Owen.
Is there Garvin written on the door?
You yeah, you don't want to follow in, but you get close enough that you can hear Carl. Carl starts not angrily shouting, but you hear this raised voice as he calls out, and he doesn't stop to give whoever he's talking to a chance to speak. You just hear him shouting, telling them he calls out, the city's under attack. This is only going to get worse. Whoever it is, he says, the both of you head for the beard and barrel. And you see that he comes marching back out of the house. Do you attempt to hide, or?
Oh, I'll just step back.
Yeah, Carl, you come out of the house, message delivered, forcefully. Your presence wasn't received particularly warmly.
I'm used to that.
But yeah, your demeanour combined with the sound, these screams around, not in the house, curiously either. They seem to accept that this message was delivered with some importance and some seriousness.
Oh, well, I hope they listen to it.
You step out and you see Elwyn is in the street outside, not attempting to hide.
Just look across at him. And then just go straight past. And I guess if that was that Beth's or Sasha's wife or daughter?
Wife.
So I will head. Yeah, gonna head towards where Sasha lives.
When you see Carl stops and he meets your gaze, he sees you there, and he doesn't stop. He doesn't react to you. He doesn't talk to you. Doesn't seem to be bothered by the fact that you've clearly followed. He clearly has something more important. And you see he meets your eyes, turns away, and then carries on down the road.
Oh, I'll just continue following him.
You want to follow? That's cool.
How far is it? Do I reckon a jog run?
Oh, from here to there, this is 5-6 minutes tops.
All right. In that case,
I'm
not going to. Carl isn't going to notice that people keep screaming and appearing in his way.
Mm-hmm.
And if need be, just push past and bowl them over.
Yeah, no worries.
Get there and then same thing.
Yeah, you get there and it is almost the same thing. There is, like I say again, it's almost like the screams just slightly precede Elwyn and Carl arriving on each street, each road. But you get there and Sasha's house is quiet. It's silent. You force your way in. She's conscious. She's awake. She seems confused what's going on. The sounds are coming from outside. She seems unaffected. She doesn't scream. She doesn't seem in pain. She doesn't seem like seems like she is from another story currently. She looks at you, kind of confused, surprised, and
I'm just gonna tell her to get out, get to the beard and barrel. The city's under attack. There isn't time to take anything.
And
then I'll turn, unless she says something.
Yeah, you deliver the message. You turn, and then she calls as you turn and you go to leave. She calls out to you and she says, she asks you what's happening, Dad. I haven't seen you in weeks, and you turn up now.
There isn't time. It's too dangerous. People have done some really stupid things, and the city's going to pay the price. Just get out of the city and lay low for a couple of days. I'll come and find you if I can.
You see, she almost goes to say something else, but your demeanor and delivery, like, she kind of realizes there seems like there isn't time to mess around with this. And so, yeah, you see her. She dashes off into that room.
And that I just as I get to the door, I'm going to turn around and call her back. Well, I just call to her, and I'm going to take the shield from off of my back. I'm going to put that down on the table between us. Take this with you. You'll need protection. And then I'll turn and go.
Which shield is that? The shield of missile attraction?
Yeah, shield of missile attraction.
Boy, she doesn't attune to it. Yeah.
Right. And I'll turn and leave.
Yeah.
Did I hear that conversation as well, by the way?
That's a good question. Let's let you make.
I'm stood by the door again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been quiet.
Yeah, you do. You hear all of this. Yeah, you see Carl comes back out, and again, you're stood in the doorway this time.
You sure you don't want to help guide him out, Carl?
Trouble seems to follow me.
Alright. I have been called trouble a few times.
Take one step towards Elwyn, and you really don't have anything to do with this.
No.
Okay, where now?
Have you got your business done?
Yeah,
They're all going to the pub, the other three.
let's go.
Oh, it's nice when you two make amends. So much is left unsaid.
So much unsaid.
Yeah. The three of you back at the tavern. What are you up to at this point? So go on.
I've seen if I've got anything I can help give to his daughter. Has she got a weapon? I asked Carl. Does she want like anything to protect herself, weapon wise?
She'll have a knife.
Alright, I've got a dagger.
Her husband's they'll be fine.
Alright.
I hope.
I was gonna give some healing potions.
Give them to see.
Yeah, just they're
Alright.
yeah. Come on.
Some blood that can heal. Alright.
The three of you are back at the Hungry Horse. What are you guys doing at this point? I know Z, you've been going through the bar looking for any potions unsuccessfully.
If I sprint, shit, there's no fucking time.
Like 4 hours.
Yeah, but we need to save the city as well, right? And come up with a plan.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll brainstorm without you, and then we'll just tell you the plan when you get back.
Right, I'm gone. I'm gonna run to my house.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you guys, you tell Eleanor that you'll come up with a plan and meet her back here. Eleanor, it's 30 minutes walking, but you're not walking at this point. You want to get there as soon as you can. So you start dashing.
Yeah, I run as fast as I possibly can. Yeah.
Yeah. That same thing again. You're a bit more aware of it now. These screams seem to follow you or just precede your arrival as you start heading through the city. You dash. At the speed you're going, it takes you 12, 13 minutes, 15 minutes at best. You're really pushing as fast as you can. You turn the corner. You reach your parents' house. You hear as you sort of near the door, you can hear from the building adjacent. You hear this screaming, this agony coming from the building next door, but there's no sound coming from inside your parents' house.
I'm going. Obviously, it's my house as well, so I've got a key and what have you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go straight in.
Yeah. You go in, and as you do, your mother is there first. She stops you first, and she pleads you immediately. What's going on outside? What's the noise? Your father, he was woken first.
It's not good. Please just gather your things. Just whatever you need, essentials. I need you to go. Don't talk to anybody. Don't stop to anyone. Don't let anybody touch you. I just need you to go. Get out of the city. Go west. If you can, get to Pear Trees. Then
Your father's
I want
ill.
you. I want you to stay. No, he's not. I want you to stay in Pear Trees for one more day, and keep an eye out for any news. Any news you get of Griffin's Hill under attack, I want you to keep going west until you get to Dwarf. I'll be in touch then. You've got to go now, though.
And where are you going then? Come with us.
No, I've got to stay.
To do what? I can't take care of your father alone.
Father, where is he?
And he comes through. You can see he's sort of freshly dressed. He walks into the room, and he actually interjects, and he speaks to your mother, and he tells her, I feel the best I've felt in months, years. If Eleanor says we need to go, then we should trust her. And he turns to you, he walks over to you, and he puts a hand on your shoulder. He says, please come with us. If whatever is going on has you this scared, then you should be with us.
I will be here, I promise you. It's okay. Just go now. And just go. I'll be right behind you. I've got to do something first. Just get to Pear Trees. Any hint of bad things going down in the city, get to Dwarf, and I'll contact you there. I love you. I've got to go. Pack your things. Don't let anyone touch you. Don't stop for anybody. Don't talk to anybody. Just go. And I'm gone.
Okay.
Actually, I stop as I'm going and grab like some random memento that's in the house that is like a little trinket that I can remember them by.
Yeah.
Something on the way out, like an ornament or something, or a piece of jewelry or something. And I'm gone, running back to the pub.
Okay, cool. Carl and Elwyn, you're making your way to the Hungry Horse. You know the rest of the group are there. Z and Warforged, the two of you are waiting at this point. I'm sure with two of the finest minds of our age, you've come up with a fantastic plan of action at this point.
Well, this is what I thought. I go to Eleanor, like, it's fine, you go, we'll come up with the plan, we'll let you know you come back. She darts out the door, and then I turn around, and it's just me and Warforged at the table, and I'm just like...
That sinking feeling.
Fuck. And I just look at Warforged, and I'm assuming just a completely blank face there, considering Cormac's AFK. So just nothing.
I'm sure.
I would hope that Warforged would say something like,
I am
what?
Warforged.
Warforged is also missing half a head, so maybe...
That is true.
Oh, I'll fix Warforged's head whilst I'm here.
You've got a little bit of time.
Super glue that back on. Well, part number one of the plan is to, because we have enough time, is absolutely to have a short rest. As soon as I'm done searching that bar,
yeah,
I sit down at a table and get myself a drink, and I'm sitting there for an hour and not moving. Because it at least gets me one spell slot back, and I need that shit.
Yeah, you wait. You and Warforge converse in whatever kind of conversation you'll get out of Warforged in a situation like this. I would ask them, but they are mentally and physically checked out right now.
Do me and Carl walk past any shops?
You walk through some of the sort of business areas of the city, and nowhere is open at this time of night. But yeah,
It don't even shops I'd have known anyway. I feel like I've not been this area. I feel like I go one straight to work and the blacksmithing shop.
Yeah, that is on the other side of the city. You can go there, but that is...
Nah. I'm guessing me and Carl are just walking back.
Jogging, at least.
Yeah.
I feel like the same sort of pace we were going.
It's just after... Sorry, go on.
What are you looking for?
Oh, Z was moaning about some healing potions.
Between here and the Hungry Horse, is there anywhere on the route that if it was open might have that sort of stuff?
Even if it's not open. Looters.
I was gonna kick the door open, but only if there's someone on the way. Sam, is there anywhere?
As it happens, you on the way you will pass the Broken Staff. It's a store you visited previously.
The one where Eleanor rewarded them for their exemplary customer service.
You guys went there in session 1, where they attempted to sell you the tears of a Fey princess, followed by the tears of a celestial.
Oh, hang on. Is that not Willow's place?
No, Willow sells legit magic stuff. This guy sells tat to idiots. But he's okay, I remember. He's like kind of harmless, but it's harmless tat to idiots. The guy that I gave what for was a different shop. That was an apothecary, I believe.
So as we come up to that, I'm assuming it's not open.
It's not, no.
There might be some stuff in here.
If we knock loudly, and if not, kick it.
Yeah.
At least say we knocked.
I'll knock loudly once with my boot.
Yeah, there's no response, no light inside you can see.
Just thinking back for a second, my time in the watch, etc. Do shops like this have booby traps on doors normally?
Certainly wouldn't be common, though.
No. Okay. Yeah. No. Just smash it open then.
Carl, can I put like a little face mask on Carl or something, and like put my hood up?
Can you put a face mask on, Carl? You can ask. Carl.
Yeah. No, you can't.
I put my hood up so I don't get seen.
Yeah. Yeah, Carl, you're not in the mood for messing around. You knock the door down on the Broken Staff. It's not a particularly secure door. You can knock it down pretty easily. The two of you searching for any kind of potions.
Any potion, anything that could be useful.
Get you to both make an investigation check for me.
Oh, why did I roll 2 dice?
Disadvantage, probably.
Yeah, they both rolled.
You rolled a 4 on both.
But that's fine. And that should be, I believe, -3 as well.
Yeah.
No, -2, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. We haven't had another fucking rest yet.
I'm gonna wonder if I can get it down to -2 after a short rest. On the argument it's been that amount of time. But
You should search for a potion of Red Bull.
yeah,
See if that helps.
Yeah, the both of you have a search round. Carl, you are not you're not a subtle man. You start crashing things around, looking to see what you can find. Elwyn, you take the more subtle approach, the more detailed approach. You start looking through items. You are able to find
The tears of an elven princess.
it might be real.
2 potions of healing.
It's really random. My screen keeps getting bigger and bigger for Alwyn. Those Alwyns keep getting written on it.
Yeah, just that.
That is a known bug. Anytime anything updates your character sheet, it writes the name again. If you close the character sheet and open it, it'll be back to 1. But yeah, see how many you can get by the end of the session. Yeah, you find 2 potions of healing. Knowing the source, you're maybe not 100% convinced of how legit they are, but a quick sniff and a very just slight taste on the tongue Seems legit.
Okay. They're about 1 gold each, right? I'll put a gold on the counter.
Too kind. Too kind.
I think they're 35 gold each.
I think they're 50 gold each.
You're not here right
50
now,
gold
so Alan thinks they're a gold. 1, 4, 5, and 1 now.
Yeah, that's cool.
Seems fair.
Yeah, the two of you at that point, you done, or
Yeah.
I think I've got 2 here, Carl.
Let's go.
okay. Yeah, Z, it's around 3:15 when you hear rushed footsteps. You look up, you see Eleanor arrive back, and within moments, Eleanor, you hear footsteps. Where you turn around, you see Carl and Elwyn heading over with purpose to the Hungry Horse. It appears the group back together, and it's time to come up.
Well, before we get in the Hungry Horse, I'm going to warn them that I think there's some pre-Garbanoids in there. Before we step in, and then
describe. I'll ask you what makes you think that.
their heads.
What?
They've got pain in their heads.
Oh, pain in their heads.
All of them.
Are you going to describe how, when you tried to get him to do something, you gave him instructions, it got worse?
Are you outside with Warforged and Z?
They're inside.
I'm inside.
Currently.
I'm inside.
So you're telling us there's some pre-Garbanoids down there?
Yeah, before you get in, before we step
Where's Z and Warforged then?
in. They're in there.
You left our 2 squishiest people with Garbanoids.
I have more important things to do.
They could be dead.
They can be. To answer your question, I'm not going to describe that in detail.
Okay.
No, because there's not enough time. This is like a 5-second conversation before I tell you to draw swords and burst in.
Yeah.
Swords drawn.
That's fine. Well,
I'm assuming
before
as you
you-
burst in, Sam, there's not, thousands of Garbanoids everywhere eating people's brains. Is there?
Eleanor, Carl, Elwyn, weapons drawn. You burst into the Hungry Horse. You see a number of unconscious or groggy members of the public, with Z and Warforged sat at the bar alone. The only 2 sat there, coming up with the plan that is going to solve all of this.
Yeah. Just as Charlie expected, but Ellen did not know. Cool. I run over and find them. And my first question is, what's going on? I expected there to be thousands of Garbanoids by now.
No, we got a truce, haven't we? Till 6:30.
If they're quite smart, they'd have attacked you when no one else was there.
Yeah, but I don't think they are smart, mate.
They don't think you've got the book.
They don't know how many steps ahead I currently am.
Step one,
I think they can count to 0.
Me and Warforged here, we've got this shit worked out.
I hear step one of winning any combat is to massively underestimate your enemy.
Which is exactly what they've done.
That's fair. Oh,
No.
shit.
I've come up with a great plan. But
Is it cunning?
there's a few issues.
Okay.
Okay, there's a few variations on the plan, a few different ones.
How many plans are in this plan?
Well, that depends how many of the plans go to plan. If all the plans go to plan, then really there's only one plan.
God, I could so make a really good Formula 1 joke that everyone in Formula 1 would find funny, and I can't because you don't know Formula 1. I'm gonna make it anyway. You sound like a Ferrari strategist. They're not famous for their good strategy. Okay, so what's the plan?
Right. Well, so the way I see it, me and Warforged, we've been brainstorming, we've been thinking hard, and there's really 3 different options for us here. Okay.
Okay.
Option 1. This ain't our fucking problem. We leave Griffinsteel and we never come back. I don't think that's the right choice.
I'm fine with that option, to be honest.
Because I think it's our problem. But, you know, it's an option. Option 2.
Not my problem, I'm not from here.
Option 2, we give over the book. Issue being, the book's clearly gonna cause some shit. So that's putting it in the wrong hands. Option 3, my favoured one, we fight the entire Illithid army. Issue being, we have basically no resources.
Yeah. And those things are nasty.
Can hit my caveat here, my thought process for making that successful. Do we know somewhere that we can get a spell scroll that summons something to blow everything up?
I guess maybe Willow.
Well, last time I spoke to Willow about spell scrolls, she tried to sell me one, but it was, I'm pretty sure, yours.
Oh. It's not mine anymore.
Yeah, also, I don't believe blew anything up.
I don't think so. I can't remember what it did, actually.
It was... it was whatever the one is. Foresight? Is that what it's called?
Look, I'm more of a hands-on magic user.
It was... Yeah.
I know a few tricks here and there, but I wouldn't know which way to hold a scroll, let alone how to interpret one. I can't tell you what it does, but let's assume it doesn't blow it up.
I don't think getting something that powerful is an option unless there might potentially be something like that down in the archives still.
Okay. So your solution to this whole problem is to go back to the archives.
Well, we've got to go back there anyway, right?
If we try...
either... Sorry, go ahead.
What if we try, like, breaking the bronze ring, maybe to sever the connection they've got to each other?
What do we break it with?
Details.
Power and a hammer.
Actually, we probably need some details, don't we? I don't know. Warforged.
Yeah.
You're a sort of a magically artifacty type person. You've got that. What is it now? Is it rapier? Do you know of any sort of good magic? I'm not really making myself very clear, am I?
Well, no, I don't really know of any good magic as such.
What do you think we should do?
I mean, don't know. I don't know.
Do you pride yourself, Warforged, on being a decisive character?
Huh?
Nothing.
No, I meant like, I don't know if, because I know Z probably wouldn't want to hand over the book. I'm guessing.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
Why don't you go back in time and hand over the book to the fucking god that wanted it? And none of this would have happened.
No, it probably would have happened. We just
No,
wouldn't have to give them.
oh, exactly. This would have still happened. We just wouldn't have had a bargaining chip to make it stop.
So it would have been our fault when the world dies. Now
The-
it is.
Do
I
you
don't think it's our fault anyway. It's the mayor and whoever made that portal.
Oh yeah, talking of her, where the fuck is she?
Back to back,
She's
gone.
probably dead by now.
She should be solving the problem, really, shouldn't she?
Yeah, but think of the payday when we solve the problem for her.
What payday? She'll just claim it as her own. We'll get no benefits. If we're lucky, we might get told off by Levi for not reporting anything for a while.
Not even been that long.
No, it actually hasn't, has it? It feels like it's been
Spoke to him
forever.
today.
So we put a report in a couple of weeks back, didn't we?
We put one in this morning.
Yeah, I know.
We were with him this morning, weren't we?
Right, yeah, but we didn't take anything to him this morning that he could put in the paper.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, it feels like it's been like weeks, but it actually hasn't, has it? It's been this morning.
we had? It was only 6 hours, 7
It's-
hours ago, 12 hours ago. We were having dinner with
Yeah.
the editor.
It's been a
Yeah.
fucking hell of a day. I mean, I'm sitting down here to make sure I'm as rested as I can get before we go off and do anything stupid. I'd suggest you all do the same.
For what it's worth, whilst the others have been busy, you and Warforged have both been here long enough that you can both benefit from a short rest.
Yeah!
Nice.
I don't need any heals, but I am fucking
I
using my
definitely
arcane
do.
recovery.
I
Yeah, you're
definitely
getting at least
do.
one spell slot back, right?
I can make some decisions. Yeah.
Roll. Better
Oh,
roll.
Z, I found something for you while we were walking here. You can just pay me back later.
Oh, what is it? Oh, nice. How'd you manage to get those?
Oh, I brought some on the way here.
Amazing. I'll you let me know how much they cost. I'll pay you back, mate.
We'll sort it later.
Yeah. Right.
You look better,
Arcane
Warforged.
recovery.
I feel a lot better now after standing around for like some amount of hours.
Do I get 2 second level spell slots back, or do I just get a 4th level?
Surely 2 second levels is better.
Yeah, but then I don't have any of the big spells if I need them.
Well, before you choose your spell, do you really think we can fight them?
Do you really think we have a choice?
We've got a choice.
Just got to think. What do we know about them?
They're killable.
Killable.
Killable-ish.
We need to figure out why they know why they know different voices from your past.
I mean,
Well, it's not
think-
saying it's no voices I recognise.
it's me neither. But it is voices you 3 have recognised.
I feel like the voice predates our first trip into the archive. But I'm not sure now.
Well, there was a different voice, wasn't there? But that was me and Leo were hearing that. That was a creepy voice, though. Oh, I wonder if creepy voice is still around. Do you reckon they'd help?
What about Eleanor in Warforge? You've got a connection to the Raven Queen. What you pray and ask if she knows anything?
I mean,
I'm not the praying type.
and I'm not
My-
afraid.
My relationship with her is business.
Really, someone to pray to. It's just like
Isn't it like helpful to get one of your business partners to help us out with any information they've got?
I mean,
Can we still hear the screaming, Sam?
Yeah, you can.
If the book isn't here, are they going to still come?
Yeah.
That's what I can't work out. If the book was genuinely gone, if it was destroyed, would that stop them coming, or would that just mean they had nothing to stop for?
There's nothing to stop for, probably. I think they were coming here before they knew you had the book, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think the book is a second prize to them. That is convenient because they don't have to do any fighting. They might lose some of their own, so it's worth it. But it's not really what they were coming for.
Do you remember
To be
what we
honest-
originally had to go down there for? To see about
Start
the
for winning.
star.
Yeah.
Right, well, it
But
was
do we know
because
who informed the mayor that it had disappeared?
No. Don't
Maybe
believe
the
so.
boy to get the doors open to get it working. Maybe that could be the person who's behind all this.
Well, we didn't manage to find the Star for winning. That's the worrying thing.
Oh. No, but something got let out instead. What if we found out who got this ball rolling? And then that could actually lead us to who's been causing it.
Z, can you remove magic from things?
No. No, I can stop spells when they're being cast, but I can't destroy magic or enchantments or anything.
Sam, the ring was magical.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yeah. That's right.
I say we destroy the ring.
The brass ring.
Mm.
Yeah, same. I agree. I don't know how.
Then I know of any like explosive things. I did have a bag of beans, but I don't have them anymore. That did a similar thing.
What happened to them?
I exchanged them for two very important people to us.
Yeah. Can we get them back?
I paid it so we could get Carl and Pepper and Leokin back alive.
Yeah, but you
quite
paid.
expensive.
You only paid it to the what's it called, didn't you? To the Assassin's Guild.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Assassin's Guild doesn't have anyone to assassinate if everyone's dead. So maybe they'll give it back to us.
They might have something better.
Yeah. That was
What if
my
they've
point.
got like Sam, is there anything like dynamite in this world?
There, gunpowder exists. There are some alchemical elements that can cause explosions.
Have I any dealings with gunpowder or blowing stuff up?
Probably not particularly. It's relatively uncommon.
Has Carl had anything? Because I feel like he is an explosive person. Or Z.
I don't think so.
No, not directly. Again, like Carl would know that some parts of the military, the Austrian military, deal with explosive weaponry and stuff, especially on the eastern border with Jakresh, where the war with the Orcs is, but not really something that Carl would have dealt with, no.
Maybe we go and find the Assassin's, see if they've got anything that can blow stuff up with.
Got 3 hours.
Yeah.
I think blowing it up is
And
the solution.
And
I
a
think,
lot of flights of
Yeah.
stairs.
Yeah.
Elwyn?
I feel like we need something magical.
Elwyn,
Yeah?
when you said you've seen this brass ring before, these types of
I've
things.
seen the opposite side of it.
Yeah, you've seen something like it before.
Yeah.
Was that when you were with those followers of Corin?
Was it Sam?
The one that you saw was in the Blacklands, that same continent. Wasn't with them directly. But
No, I was not with the followers of Corin at that point.
That's where the followers of Corin was in the Blacklands.
Correct.
Yeah. I'm guessing I was just on my own at that point, just wandering around. As you do.
The book, from what I've read from it, whenever it's mentioned the Rings of Corin, has it mentioned what they do?
No.
Book mentioned the Rings of Corin.
Did it specifically say rings as in rings you wear? Or was it just very vaguely rings?
It did not specify what type of rings they were, no.
You motherfucker.
Do you know what these are?
I'm just doing a little bow currently.
These are the fucking Rings of Corin.
But what
I've
are the rings of
I've
Corin?
literally been sitting here for 5 minutes contemplating my life whilst you guys have been talking, because it dawned on me about 5 minutes ago that could be the case.
What I really hope is that the rings of Corin were some concept that you added is, and like, I don't know what these are, but they're like something that people mention. And
No.
you've been dealing with them for the last couple of sessions without realizing that you wrote the lore about them. Here's an idea. What if we can't destroy it?
If they're what I think
So
they are, we
instead-
can't.
Okay. What if we were to collapse the room around it so that any Garbanoids who were to teleport through it will instantly crush
What, just
into
fucking bury it?
Yeah. But
Big explosion. That.
I have a concern about that. First off, it's fucking risky because it's floors below the archives. If all goes wrong, then we, along with the whole archives, are going to be destroyed. But also, what if there are Garbanoids, and we think there probably are in the city? So at that point,
there are.
We've got to fight those. We've got to fight those Garbanoids. We've got to fight those Garbanoids hand to hand, and be able to take them out before they infect other people with Garbonitis.
Good question, Sam, but did I bury Fiola's body near one of the summoning rings?
It was not, no.
Okay.
Who the fuck is Corin?
Bad angel.
Yep.
How do we destroy them?
Corin's something to do with Warforge's weapon?
No, I don't believe so.
Was Warforge's weapon one that killed a god?
The metal that the Staff of Willing was originally made from the metal that's made from is from the sword that was used by Tyr to kill the old gods.
Yep.
Yes.
Warforged?
But that's nothing to do with Corin, as far as I understand.
Yeah.
When you were building your weapon with your master, were you by any chance inside the archives?
You weren't. No.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. No, I wasn't.
You've only been in Griffin's Hill for a few months, Warforged, yeah.
Was there much of the metal that you were using for it?
Your axe, your creator had it before he created you.
I don't know. I wasn't there when he made it, so.
Can we destroy the rings, eh? I mean, physically, is it possible?
I don't know. It's the simplest answer I can give. I don't know. From what I read about the Rings of Corin, I've got notes on this somewhere. I did write it down. They were keepsakes of power. So what I've got written down is anyone who wore them was noted as having a seat of power in the world. So this thing can't be. You wouldn't wear that. It's too big.
And this is a corruption of the translation.
Anyone who's got one maybe. Don't know.
Crown with a sword in the middle. A ring with a distinct design on its head. It's got a crown with a sword in the middle.
Did this ring have one? Brass
I
ring?
believe this was just a plain brass ring.
Yeah, there wasn't anything engraved or design-wise etched in this ring, was there?
I don't think so.
I did give it a good look over. Thing is, I really want to right now get the book out and look through it. Oh, those bits, but I don't want to get the book out.
Why not? Why not?
What if they see through the eyes of the people in this room? Or, you know, our eyes, or listen to through our heads, or anything like that. I think I'm taking a level 4 spell slot, by the way, as opposed to 2 level 2s. I just think it's a better option. And I've got a big one if it's needed.
For now.
Thank you,
Wow.
Pam.
I would know.
If we can't destroy the ring, then we're giving them the book.
We can't give them the book.
What if we collapse the tower? Collapse the room around it?
Oh.
Oh, no, we can't do that. We can't destroy the ring because there's goblinoids in the city. And I don't trust the people around this table to be the only people in the city guarding against the infection. And once one person gets infected and the next person gets infected, it only takes one person to infect 2 people, and those people should infect 2 more people before very quickly it's out of control and we can't stop it.
Do you understand what the infection is?
No.
No.
Is there people in the room with us?
There are, yeah, there are some.
Can I just go and study, like, the back of the heads to see if there's any, like, any sort of creatures, like bacteria, or anything that could be, like, trying to gnaw into the heads?
You can take a look. No,
The people in...
Sorry, go on.
No, come on, you.
The people, you have a look around some of the people in this room. Some of them passed out from the sort of pain they seem to be in. Elwyn, you see no physical marks on them at all, and certainly nothing that jumps out at you. Go.
So they're still some of them are still in pain.
Yeah, there's less immediate screaming in your vicinity, but there's still this occasional sort of murmur, discomfort. Just,
If I listen carefully to the rest of the city, can I hear screamings from outside of this immediate area?
No.
Well, I think you have to roll a perception check.
You don't need a perception check. You're fine. It's the more as you sit there, you've taken this in. You thought back about the journey you made, dashing back and forth to various locations you as a party have gone. You become aware the screams, the pain, the agony you hear seems somewhat focused on the areas you've been in, and seems to start and quiet as you come and go.
I think that these people aren't infected. If they're infected, they would have turned by now. I think these people in this room, I think whoever they are, the Garbanoids, are using their brains to listen into us.
Could it be that they're in a vicinity and they can only reach a certain distance, which means they've got to be quite close to us?
Yeah, possibly.
Can I just start writing down what I say now? And just say I'm going to write down, like, say the opposite of what we're doing.
I think that's a terrible idea.
Like, say out loud what we're doing, but we're going to write down what we're actually going to do.
If we're saying the opposite of what we're doing, we've got a brilliant plan, and we know exactly what we're going to do.
Yeah.
I think doing this is a terrible idea.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Should we all leave the town?
No, we should. No, that's the same thing. You can't do it twice; it doesn't work. I think you
Also,
cannot talk in.
Writing
You can't
stuff
talk in
down at the same time.
questions. You can only talk in statements. I think.
Owen, I will be leaving the town this instant. And I'm going to write down, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm already getting flashbacks to walking backwards through a forest.
Yeah, so it's Carl. We
Oh, that was some good times. There were better times, happier times, more carefree times.
When I go to leave the building,
times.
is there anyone outside?
No, not immediately. No one you can see at the moment. No.
When we start doing this weird backwards talk, writing messages, etc., to people, like rather than saying out loud clearly what we want to do, can I just observe how the people who may or may not have Garbanoids in their head are sort of reacting to this?
No noticeable change in demeanour particularly. There's still these groans, there's this pain. Nothing noticeable really, no.
Cool.
I think we should leave. We can't destroy the ring. So you seem to be suggesting that this is all centered on us, that the city isn't really under attack?
I do not think that.
That's what you said.
Indeed, I do not think that.
I'll grab the paper from Elwyn and whatever he's writing with and just write "for fuck's sake" on it.
You could have said that out loud.
I think if that's the case, then I think we leave.
Okay.
And hopefully the mayor and the guard can deal with the ring.
You seriously think they're going to be able to deal with it? With how well they did last time?
I'm going to write on a piece of paper, just on a piece of paper. Are we still doing the thing? Question mark.
I look to Carl.
No? Yes, I don't know. What's going on?
I look back to Eleanor.
Okay, this is not working. I see the point out there. This is not working.
I'm trying to go back and look at the rest of the fucking information I have. I don't write things down well enough, apparently.
Time is of the essence. We are approaching 4 a.m.
And it's 6:30. We're
That's what time you
Fuck,
expect
basically.
the sun to rise, yeah.
yeah. I mean, if it's one of the rings of Corrin, chances are it's powerful enough an artifact that we won't be able to break it with a hammer.
What about a
You're right.
spectral specialised hammer? As I look at Warforged.
Not if it's
not
an
a hammer
artifact.
anymore. It's
that
a
power.
rapier. Warforged had it converted. And when it's converted, I believe the Smith was able to do it quite not easily, but like it was challenging but not impossible to. So it's not like it's made of super strong metal. Is that correct, Sam?
So what was that?
When Warforged had his axe converted
Yes.
into a rapier,
Yeah.
it was not super like impossible to deal with. It wasn't like it was magical
No, not at all, no.
vibranium or what have you. I honestly don't know what to do. Like I feel like if we try to destroy I feel like if we try to destroy the ring or bury it or what have you, then I feel like there's just going to be a goblinoid in the city. Like Murdery, for instance. Did we find his body? We never found the goblinoid inside of him, did we?
Yeah, Murdery's in the city somewhere.
Yeah. Or the goblinoid formerly known as Murdery. I feel like if we just do that, then that goblinoid just starts eating other people, and I feel like there's no way we can stop that. And very quickly, we live in a city of goblinoids.
Leave the ring there, we have potential of getting more Garbanoids.
Yeah, I'm saying it's not the solution alone. So what's our plan? Giving the book sounds like a terrible idea. I mean, I trust Z enough to believe that if Z was uncomfortable giving the book to a bona fide god, then giving the book to a bunch of seemingly kind of evil guys is probably not within the sphere of things we should be doing.
Owen says, Elwin votes to either destroying the ring or killing him.
Killing who?
Z.
The elfin or Garbanoids, whatever they call themselves.
We can't kill them though.
We fought
Pretty
them.
sure we've killed plenty.
We've
Yeah,
fought them
but
4 times and effectively lost twice.
Hence, we destroy the ring first.
well,
I'm-
my point.
I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong.
No,
That's
my
the only
point
idea I think that could work.
I'm
My
up for
point is-
destroying the ring, but
Yeah,
I'm not sure we can.
I'm not sure it's a solution on its own. The problem is that if we do that, then they have a hive. They seem to have a hive mind. They communicate to each other. Like the one formerly known as Murdery will just start doing his infecting business to other people in the city, and then before we even up out of the top of the archives, there'll be too many Garbonoids or soon to be Garbonoids in the city that we can't track them all down. And by the time we do track them all down, they will have infected other people, and it'll never stop until everyone's a Garbonoid.
But nothing else we've thought about doing affects that. The only thing that we've discussed that might stop that is giving him the book.
Yeah, exactly. And
I
that
think
sounds
that'd
like a
be the
fucking
worst
awful
option.
idea. That sounds like a terrible, terrible idea.
Just because an idea is terrible doesn't mean it isn't what you have to do.
Exactly, mate.
Sometimes all the choices are shit choices. You still have to choose anyway.
Yeah.
I'll just push his seat back a little bit. We've got 2 hours. We've got to do something.
What's the term?
Either I'm going to spend the next 2 hours trying to destroy the ring, or Z's going to give us the book.
Of those two options, I prefer destroying the ring.
So we need hammers. Well, it's too big for us to get out of there in time.
What about your mate that brought us back? Do you think he's got anything that can blow up the ring?
Or Willow's friend.
Yeah. Or
I don't
Willow.
I don't know how we'd find them.
Where was the pub we met him?
So I'm going to go.
How long will it take us to get there? Guessing we roughly know time, right?
Half an hour, I guess. 20 minutes, maybe.
Off to see Willow.
Oh, I was thinking getting back to the archive.
This issue, this just sounds like Morton's Fork. I googled it. I remember what it's called now. Morton's Fork. Which is basically where you have two choices and they're equally shit. So it doesn't really matter what you do. We're all fucked.
Yeah, so let's choose one and let's get doing it. So at least we die doing something.
Yeah.
I prefer to
Yeah.
die preventing them giving them what they want than die giving them what they want.
Yeah. Fuck them.
So the plan is?
We're gonna blow ourselves up.
With the explosives we haven't got. So are we heading back down to the archive?
Oh yeah, we might be able to find a magic item on the way down.
Does he have an alcoholic drink in front of him?
We're in
Yes.
a bar, an open bar.
Does anybody have something? Yeah. Somebody, if there's an alcoholic drink sat on the table, I'm going to down whoever it is, I don't care who it is, and then just let's go.
And Z has a 1/3 drunk bottle of whiskey in front of them at the moment.
Yeah. Well, not anymore. It's now a 0/3 quarter. In which case, I take a massive swig out of it rather than downing the whole thing. Of course.
Just drink the whole bottle.
Let's go
To the
to the
archives.
archives.
The archives. Hopefully there's something there that will help.
As you guys all like get up to get going, Z doesn't get up.
Mm-hmm.
Just sat there,
Okay.
kind of staring at the wall.
Fuck. Z? Have you been Garbonified? I slap him.
And Z literally snaps around. What? Whoa, what? What? What's up?
What the fuck was that?
I was just... Sorry, I was a bit... out of it. Shit on my mind, you know.
Like the impending doom of our entire way of living.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We'll go with that. Why not?
I've awkwardly noticed something during this session.
So,
That when everyone's typing, a little message appears next to their name.
Yeah.
I've only noticed
I've seen it a couple of times.
I only noticed it when Cole was doing it earlier.
Oh. I have received no messages, so
I've messaged everyone other than you, Charlie, just
I'm
to upset
frequently
you.
aware of messaging in the party that I don't see. I never know what's
Yeah.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah, we have secret little chats about you.
Random question to you, Z, as we're walking down that way. Where when you banish someone, 'cause you did that spell earlier, where do they actually go?
It basically opens up like a demi-plane. Think like if the planes of existence are like layers or like rungs on a ladder, the demi-planes are like the gaps in between. They're spaces that you can kind of open up and
What if you banish someone? Would they
Yeah.
go to the other side where these rings are, or is that a different place on this plane?
Well, if I know the spell correctly, if the spell's used on someone that's from a different plane of existence, then it sends them back to their original plane of existence. But knowing that these Scarbanoids can travel between planes, it's pretty useless against them.
What if you cast it on me at the ring? Would I go where that other side of that ring is?
No, you'd go because you are from this plane of existence, right?
Yeah.
So you would just go to a demi-plane for a minute.
Well, that was nearly a really cool idea to go the other side of it.
Entirely hypothetical question to all of us. If there was a way I could possibly get help, but it involved maybe a scratchy voice in my head, should I do it?
Don't know. Is this a strange batchy voice that wanted me dead?
Certainly might be.
So is it choosing one thing that wants to be dead or another thing that wants to be dead? Can you ask it why it wanted to be dead first?
Can try. I don't know if I'll get a reply.
this voice in your head. Who is this? Is it Corin?
No. It's who Corin followed.
What? Who did Corin follow?
I don't know.
See.
It's picking one evil or the other. What does he want in return for you helping him? Us him helping us?
Well, it said I need to agree to let it in, and that then I have to free it. Because it's trapped somewhere.
Do you think this person may be a bit of a bad person?
Well,
Because I'm concerned that we have one world-ending situation we're trying to deal with in, I think, probably about 3 hours' time. And
yeah,
I don't
less than that.
think
Yeah,
the solution. I'm not sure the solution to that one is to make another one.
I'm just trying to think of,
Well, I suppose you're working
you
in,
know,
can't it?
Well, we know one thing he wants is me dead, and the other thing wants everything dead. Depends where you want to look at it.
When you say that something that Corin followed, Corin is like old, right?
yeah, the stories of Corin were from a long time ago, back when
So this,
the gods were at war, right?
so this person is potentially incredibly old, ancient themselves, a god or demigod or a similar sort of thing. Is that correct?
Yeah, see, the issue I'm having is actually Corin was a follower of the good deities originally. But then Corin definitely did something real bad at one point and was following someone else. So which person is it?
Well, how would you know?
I don't.
Who was the person that the weapon got made to kill, that the staff and Warforge's weapon was made to kill?
One of the old gods, I can't remember which. I'm sure we found out, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, in character we probably know, but I don't know. I don't know out of character.
The weapon was used by Tyr to kill all three of the old gods.
All three. Okay.
Did we get any of their
So they
names?
were killed.
Haraphos, Erephos, and Phosphorus.
But they're dead, right? They're dead.
They were killed by Tyr.
Is it Tyr that's in your head?
I ask. Are you Tyr? I don't think it wants to talk to me.
We can start walking down and see what happens.
Oh yeah, we're walking and talking at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we going to go to the? If I remember correctly, the Assassin's Guild is like literally opposite the archives. Is that correct? Or was my memory like filling in the gap? I knew we met with her outside the archives, but I feel like she literally was like, "Oh, the entrance is just here."
No, she led you for about 10-15 minutes through some.
Oh shit!
streets,
Well,
yeah.
okay, we'll forget about that then. Unless we have to go past it, just forget about it.
We could do with some hammers, sledgehammers.
It's only 15 minutes difference. We might as well head that way.
I was wondering if we could try and get the beans back, or at least,
Something that can help blow stuff up.
yeah.
Where are we headed?
Assassin's Guild, I say. I vote.
I
Okay,
vote
yeah.
straight for the archive.
Warforged? Z?
Z doesn't massively have a preference for either.
Pick
What
one.
is the issue?
Why don't Warforged, Z, and Carl head straight for the archive? We don't need, and then we can start trying to destroy the thing.
Yeah, we've got a lot of doors to open actually to get back down there, so that's a good idea.
Bearing in mind this network of tunnels you met this Assassin's Guild in was a rather extensive network beneath the city.
We're
Oh,
gonna
is
wait
it
for it
loads
to
of
be done.
tunnels afterwards? Yeah, I'll go straight to the archives if it's.
We don't have time, yeah.
Yeah, we don't have time. I've only thought if we had time.
I would, yeah,
In
I
my
would advise it. It's not the best option.
Cool.
in my
While
head
we're
canon, it was like the other, like literally like next door.
while we're going down, do you mind if I have a quick look around and see if I can find anything in the archives to help us as you're undoing my barricades?
I think that's a good idea. I think we should be looking for stuff.
Cool.
Okay. You start making your way back to the archives then.
Yeah.
Making my way.
Do you
Good.
want to make a perception check for me?
Yeah. Numbers.
Again, 2 dice.
Have you got disadvantage on perception at the moment? No, that was advantage. Giving you advantage on perception checks. What are you not telling us?
Probably lots of stuff. Nothing I'm aware of.
Make a perception check, Warforged.
Warforged here.
I don't know. He's pretty good at using the AFK button normally, but he's said nothing the last couple of times I prompted him. I'm going to assume that's a no then. Yeah.
He's on the standby button.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe Warforged is on standby at the moment.
Maybe. Yeah, you start making your way over towards the archives. Yeah, you reach the archives. As you reach them, over the sound, you still hear these screams. They seem to just preempt your arrival each time you turn a corner through the city. Eleanor, Z, and Elwyn, you over the sounds of these sort of screams and groans of pain, the three of you become aware of footsteps behind you, gaining on you pretty swiftly. Your party's not wasting time. You're moving at pace, but yeah, there are footsteps clearly chasing, trying to gain on you.
Yeah, I draw my weapon and turn round it out at head height.
Yeah. You turn around just in time to bring your rapier almost tip to the neck of City Watch Guard Wender Dusklight.
Hey!
As you do, she stops and she nudges your blade to the side.
I put it away a second. I recognise who she is. Have we met actually?
Yeah.
We saved her from Milton's men, and we met with her as well.
She immediately turns to you, Carl. And she says to you, last a guard came looking to check on the mayor. Said that a particular Carl Garbin seen in the archives of Thentos, at the epicenter of whatever the fuck's going on. Can't say I was massively surprised.
Have you spoken to the mayor?
She's panicked and confused, but she's safe.
Is the city safe? Can I hear the screaming now?
You can, yeah. And she turns to you and she says, well, I thought the city was safe. I thought the city was locked down, but whatever's going on here, and she sort of points, sort of signaling just to this sound, this screaming around you. What's going on down there?
I think there's some sort of gate down there. There's some creatures are breaking through, have broken through. I think the mayor knew, but
so we can
now, if we can,
What are we waiting for?
You stopped us.
That is a reasonable, a very reasonable point.
So how many of you are there?
She stops, looks behind herself, and says, "That would be me."
Just one we had before. You're an active member of the guard, right?
Yeah.
You know where we get some explosives from?
Explosives?
Yeah, quick.
Yeah? What for?
We're gonna fucking blow up the archive.
Yeah.
You're gonna...
Look,
We're
Yeah,
gonna blow
fuck
up
the
the
archive.
history of the world.
Fuck the
We'll-
archive. Magic bullshit. We're blowing it up.
we'll explain.
We're blowing up what's underneath the archives.
Apparently you're rubbing off on your friends, Carl.
I have that effect. If they're right, though, the way that these things are getting into the city is at the bottom of the archive. We need to seal it.
Okay. She tells you there's a watch house not far from the archives. One of the larger, more central houses in the city, and she knows there is a store of gunpowder there, some explosives. It's at most a 10-minute detour.
Let's go.
Wait, before we go, can I insight check her?
Yeah, absolutely, go for it.
And what I'm insight checking her for, 16 is okay, is the fact that she's not screaming in pain like everybody else, and that's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, you make an insight check, you measure her up, try to get a read. You're correct, she's not screaming in pain. Sweat on the forehead. She looks a little tired, but you heard her approaching at quite some pace. She seems consistent with the previous encounters you've had with her in terms of her demeanor, her speech. You as she speaks with Carl and Z, you sort of focus on the eyes. There's no glassy eye to her. She, for all intents and purposes, as far as you are aware with the role you've got, she seems unaffected by whatever's going on.
Yeah, good enough for me. Let's go.
Cool. She leads you to this nearby guardhouse. Asks how much explosives we're gonna need.
How much we got?
We could bring the whole place down if that's what you need.
We need to collapse a room in the bottom basement of the archives.
Okay.
I want to try and destroy a metal ring.
She's no expert with this stuff, but she brings what she tells you should be more than enough.
Okay.
You head back to the archives. There's the smallest amount of light starting to leak into the sky. At this point, you estimate you've got an hour, 60 to 90 minutes.
It's going to be tight.
Run.
Yeah, you make it to the archives. Your group, you start heading downwards through the public levels. There's no one here at all. There's no signs of life. There's no movement. There's nothing. You head down. You reach those lower levels where it gets to the private area. You speak the password to open that locked door in the staircase. Murdery, Tinkerock.
Rock. I remembered.
You head further down again. No sign of life. You have to open each of these doors, each of these seals, each lock, each barricade you placed on the way out, the best laid plans come back to haunt you as it delays. You're pushed down into the lower levels. It's 20-6. You think you've got about 45 minutes. You reach the lower levels. And as you push your way through the area where you first initially encountered those insect devourers, the same ones that felled the Oakin in this very room. You sort of make your way through that room. You look for any sign of life. You look for the Arc Force sentries. There's nothing at this point. A couple of the two sentries that you defeated, these metal bodies are still laying on the ground as you sort of pass them. What's a marching order in general? Are you guys just pushing forwards at pace, I assume? Or
I'm behind Carl.
nice.
The back looking for trinkets as we go down.
Probably at the front, pushing forward. Probably carrying some gunpowder, I guess.
Nice.
Once I get in the archives, I'm definitely going to have my my cane sword drawn at all times.
Yeah. You dash downwards through that room. You're not stopping.
Picture.
Carl. You can make an intelligence save for me.
Probably.
Fuck it out, Carl. Jesus
even
Christ,
with
mate.
the apparent advantage, I still don't know why he's doing that. No.
Yeah, why do you have advantage on everything?
Maybe
Try
it feels
pressing-
sorry for you.
Try pressing Alt once.
Okay. I've pressed Alt once. I guess
There
we'll
we
see.
go.
what happens.
This
So you
problem
have no
solved.
effects on your character that should be doing it that I can see.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake, Carl.
Carl, you feel this searing pain inside your head.
Yeah.
As you take
Stumble and scream.
15 psychic damage. Can you roll 3d6 for me?
Or maybe 66. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see. I guess. Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Oh no! That's a. There we go.
Oh. Your intelligence is 12, isn't it?
I believe so.
You stop. You scream out in pain, Carl.
Felt this before.
Yeah, you felt this before.
Oh. These motherfuckers.
You fight off the initial issue, and you become aware of
Ooh.
the scurrying of intellect devourers
Very pretty.
around you.
Fuck off!
I think
Yeah,
in
that's pretty
character.
much what Carl's going to shout.
This is fucking bullshit.
Well, you didn't die in one hit, Carl. Well done. Wait, did none of you guys get a short? Yeah, suckers.
We roll for initiative. Carl, So go on.
Oh no, it's gone.
You feel that pain. You scream out. Wenda stops immediately. Turns to her right, notices this flurry of movement all around you, and she responds by dashing towards this one closest to her, and just swings at it with her long sword.
We should run.
We should kill them all.
We haven't got time.
She
Let's
hits
just get
it for 3 damage.
Combat's very quick, remember.
Takes a second swing with it. Hits again for 2 damage.
Great damage. Well done, Wenda.
As that is occurring, this one just here dashes towards her and forces just makes a claw attack at her. which misses. And then it will force her to make an intelligence save, which she fails.
Fuck.
She takes 13 psychic damage. Z, roll 3d6 for me.
Don't put this on me.
Oh, nice.
Is she more intelligent than Carl? That's the question. Surely she's not more intelligent. No, surely she's more intelligent than Carl.
Her intelligence drops to 0.
Oh, fuck!
You see, she just the same way you saw happen to Leokin nearly 2 days ago. She falls unconscious on the ground.
This is bad.
Eleanor, you're up.
Yeah, I think not necessarily thinking completely straight. I'm going to just run here and try to stab this one rather than holding back because I've just seen Wenda go down. I don't get sneak attack now.
No.
No, cool. I think I do, but I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Ah, interesting.
Just took 3. Wait.
These things are resistant to normal damage.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Hmm.
Then can I do an offhand attack as well?
Yeah, definitely.
Whoa. Hello.
It just got bigger.
So I've just made the tokens a little bigger because they're a little small.
I'll try it with the smallest one. Make them smaller again, please. Oh, no, stop!
Yeah,
That's far scarier.
the older ones
I
were
think
cute.
bigger's better so we can see where they are.
The version 9 ones were cuter.
They did look a little less intimidating previously, didn't they?
They're fucking terrifying.
Bad.
I'm done. Probably literally like for life as well.
This one here dashes forwards in this direction. Elwyn swings a claw attack at you, which misses, and that forces you into an intelligence save. Elwyn, you just don't care.
Where's Pepper?
Pepper didn't come down.
Fair enough.
Convenient. Yeah, you save Elwyn. You resist this. This one here, this one here, Carl. This is the one that actually struck out you previously,
Yep.
which will count as its.
Oh,
turn
that's
for
handy.
this. Z.
Right. This is shit. There's one next to Carl, and Carl's injured. Can't let them hurt Carl. It's very important. I'm gonna... Oh yeah, I'll throw a chromatic orb at it.
Yeah.
Ah, it did hit. Exciting. I'll pick... Oh, what damage type? Are these guys aren't going to take them fire damage. I pick fire.
Nice.
But that's not the best damage, is it really? 1, 8, and 4. Actually, that's incredibly average. Stand back in the line.
This one here, which Wenda went and attacked, ignores you, Eleanor. It just claws at Wenda.
Got off.
Who is unconscious, hence the crit.
Yeah, hits her for 14 damage. You just see it start tearing at her body. Carl, you took the psychic damage, but you are still intelligent.
I am still intelligent at the moment. Right. I will grab the great sword, and attack that one. I believe I've used all my rages, so
I agree.
so it is just the great sword. Nice. Second attack.
Nice. Yeah, that one hits.
Wow, a lot of dice for 6 damage. Oh, it died.
That's why it was only 6 damage.
And then I'm going to move. Oh, I can't move. I'm going to move to here. Oh no, actually, I don't want to pick up Wender. I'm going to move to here, and then I'm going to shout at Z, Warforged, and the rest of them. Keep going through. We've got to block the entrance. We can't stop and fight these things. And then I'm going to turn my attention towards Wender.
Mr. Warforged. Is Warforged here?
Yeah.
Aha.
Uh,
The last 2 times we talked to you, nobody replied.
Did you disappear for a while, or were you just really, really quiet?
I disappeared for like a little bit. Sorry. I meant to press the AFK button, but I
It's cool.
forgot.
It's fine. We just didn't know if you decided you didn't like us anymore.
Or you're just really scared of intellect devourers and didn't want any part of this. What would you like to do,
Well-
Mr. Warforged?
We're all scared of it.
Traditionally, you've handled these quite well.
I can't tell if you're being serious or not. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure you've been immune to their attacks and have ways of dealing full damage to them. That
Oh yeah.
You haven't got a brain, so
Oh yeah. I want to stab one. Can I stab one?
Sure. Go wild.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a. What's it called? Oh.
Aye.
Oh.
Oh, Warforged.
Wow.
Yeah, boy!
Anything else you want to do, Warforged?
Anything else?
wait. That one took 15, didn't die, but the other one took 6 and did die.
Yeah, because the other one I'd already hit with a...
Okay.
Oh, I can't see how much health they have. Like what their thingy is now. Like.
It's disappeared.
Really? Yeah, I may not have re-enabled that yet. Sorry.
It's injured.
Yes, it is injured. It's bloodied.
Oh, bloodied. Okay.
So it has less than half its hit points remaining.
Then that's my turn. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elwyn.
Owen doesn't like things next to himself, so he will use a spell up. I'll do a level 2 Zephyr Strike on myself, so I don't get opportunity attack. And I will move to there. I will take 2 shots at this one. First one's advantage.
Yeah.
And I'll do the pushback thing if it doesn't come up.
Ooh.
Damn.
Paul said to keep going, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Is it up this way we're going?
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Oh, not there. I want to be able to see them all. Oh, I'll stay where I was. I can
Yeah.
then see everyone following.
Cool. This one here moves towards you, Warforged. Rips at you with its claws, which misses, and then attempts to devour your intellect. Make an intelligence save for me. Nice. You fail.
Doesn't even matter, right?
And take no damage.
Yay.
Warforged.
Privilege of not having a brain.
Sam,
Yes.
I don't I don't know if this is just something like on my character sheet, but up top it just says Warforged, 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 Warforged.
Yeah, it's because
Yeah.
you are Warforged.
Yeah.
Just very
Any
important that
middle
you
name.
It's a
remember that.
known bug. If you leave your character sheet open, every time anything that updates or is clicked, it adds your name again. It's supposed to be fixed.
Oh,
so-
sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. This one here carries on ripping at Wenda with its claws.
Well.
She is heavily bloodied at this point.
Which one? Oh no, it's okay. I should have stood next to Wenda. Damn it. It's okay.
Eleanor, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm going to step over this way. And realizing that they don't really deal with physical stuff so well, just do one of these.
Nice.
Yeah.
One of them fails, one of them passes, but one of them is defeated.
Nice.
It's interesting. This one that he passes must be nearly dead.
Hope so.
Yes, it is. It's quite heavily bloodied. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Then I think I'll probably just bonus action disengage.
Mhm.
And just come over to say here.
Yeah.
I don't know why the template's still up there. I'm not sure if it will end when I end my turn
Should
or.
disappear at the end of your turn. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm done.
Nice. This one.
I'm sorry, Wenda. I tried so hard.
This one here again just turns at you, Warforged. Its friend is also adjacent to you. Claws at you. A crit hit for 13 slashing damage. Forces you to make an intelligence save. But you are too intelligent, Warforged.
I'm the most intelligent.
See?
Is it me again? Exciting. I'm imminently aware that I probably shouldn't be using up too many spell slots. So, the one that's on top of Wenda, I'm just going to...
Clawing at the body of the woman carrying the explosives, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to use a Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Wait, that doesn't do anything nasty explosive, right?
I just thought
No,
I'd mention it.
it's
I just wanted to mention it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that heads up, because that was very much about to be a firebolt. But Z is clever, whereas I am not. So Z shoots a Ray of Frost at it.
Nice.
That's not a bad roll.
Excellent.
And then it's going to just rush over and kind of skid down on the ground next to Wenda. It's an action to feed someone a potion, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Bonus action to take it yourself, yeah.
Yeah. That's my turn.
So that one's dead. I'm going to move to Wenda and can I grab the potion from Z and feed it to her as my action?
I haven't got one out.
Oh, I can't do that then. I don't think I'll...
Just because in realising I don't think this is a potion fixable thing, because we tried to use a potion to help Leokin and Eleanor, and it didn't work either time.
I'm just going to pick Wenda up and then move whatever I've got. So it's half move after that, I guess.
Yeah, seems reasonable.
It's not doing the draggy thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not core, and it really should be. And the guy that made it is like, it's going to take me a month to have time to fix it.
That's annoying. Somehow I've drawn something on the map, but hopefully that will go away.
Yep.
I am going to move back this way. That's probably about it, I would have thought.
Yeah.
But carrying her and the explosives, hopefully, and saying, let's just get out of here.
Warforged, you have 2 insect devourers around you.
I'm going to try and skewer the same one that I was already stabbing at.
Okay.
Actually,
Use
Oh,
a spell
God.
slot.
no, I'm not going to use a spell slot until we fight the Mind Flayers. Which we'll probably end up doing. But I'm gonna take disengage as an action and then run however far I can go. There we go. I'll go up there.
You're just
Oh, there's
running.
some... Well, yeah, everyone else is.
Yeah, that's cool. Z will thank you for that in a moment, I'm sure. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. Owen.
Okay. I kind of realise I've not been doing sharpshooter.
Nice.
And the last one.
Nice. Anything else for you, Mr. Owen?
That's no, I'll wait here. I don't want to leave Z to die.
No, I'm fine. These things can't kill me.
Hearing your taunt, dashes towards you, swings the claws at you initially.
Oh. What is it, 14?
Yes.
Shield.
Yeah. Yeah, it hits you with the claws, but you're able to respond in time and raise your shield spell. And then immediately following that, it will force you to make an intelligence save. Oh, for a portent.
But what if I didn't want to?
We can wait.
I mean, as if I'm gonna fail intelligence saves. I got +8 to my intelligence save.
Nice.
I'm a smart boy.
Eleanor.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Z looks pretty chill, by the way. He doesn't actually look that flustered by the fact that they're left by themselves.
Okay, I'm gonna go here and just do a cane sword attack.
Nice.
Does it do half the sneak attack damage? What kind of damage does sneak attack do?
Sneak attack just adds to whatever the actual damage is of the attack.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Bullshit. On offhand,
Yeah.
bonk for a massive 2 damage,
It's
which is enough.
All you need is 1.
It's always the way.
I asked you if he's okay.
Yeah, of course I am. Let's go.
What we're doing with Wenda, you just carrying her, Carl.
Yep, carrying her.
Yeah.
At first, I thought that it was really cool having Wenda. We have a bit of help because we're so bad, but I realize it's just a dead weight we have to carry now around the rest of this encounter.
Yeah, Carl's strong. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not as
Sam,
strong.
actually-
I'm almost more intelligent than I am strong.
Do we have any idea?
Not anymore.
You head down.
Did we have an idea of how to cure it last time? Because we've
Nope.
seen 2 people do it.
We
Oh shit, the Slan did it, didn't he?
so say we worked out the way to cure it is to get a slard to do it. Who is not here.
You head down into that jail area, that holding area. Push through there, straight up to that hidden door in the wall you've seen. Gone.
I think I'm going to put Wenda in one of the cells on the left-hand side. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
I will take Wenda and put her... I think it was that cell that had the slard in. That one. This one.
Yeah.
and shut. Not obviously lock the door, but shut the door. Hopefully, that might protect her from any more Damaras, but I don't know. And obviously not leaving the explosives with her.
Yes, indeed. Cool. Yeah, you guys push forwards, head down. We're just past 6 a.m. now. There's no sunlight down here, but you're well aware that time is ticking. Time is creeping forwards as you push down.
Remember some lights, Eleanor.
Sorry, say again?
Remember some lights, I shout before we go in here.
Well, it's not. Yeah, probably as if
I've also got the honey lamp.
It's all good.
I will expose the honey lamp.
I'll put some lights up as well, some dancing lights. But it's if I get hit, my concentration goes. So,
how high is the ceiling in this room?
About 10 feet in height.
10 feet. That's not too high. Are we just going to put the explosives on the ring, set a fuse, and book it?
you're saying like there's another way of doing it.
Well, the other option would be to put them in the corridor and just blow the corridor.
Put it in the rings.
I don't know. You've got a good point there, actually. I think I'm putting in the ring, like near in this room, so that if someone apparated into the room, they would immediately get crushed by the surrounding soil.
Yeah, that makes
but
sense.
But also, I'm kind of worried about.
Well, he's worried.
I'm worried about completely destroying the whole archives. Sorry, I just had an idea that if we could manage to somehow muscle this ring upside down, would they appear upside down and thus in the
we tried
floor?
That. We couldn't lift it.
Lift it, not even with help.
We got like halfway, right? We got like several feet off the ground.
We got it lifted.
We got about half a foot off the ground
as well.
We got about half a foot off the ground with Carl and 3 guards.
I thought it was 3 foot off the ground.
No, it's.
I'm going to misremember.
So is this just one sort of satchel of explosives, or?
Yeah. It's you could split it into some smaller charges, but you have like a.
Did it come with a fuse?
Yes, it looks like it does. Yeah.
Unless anyone's got a better idea, I'm just going to put it in the middle of the thing.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Whilst you're all sort of initially debating this and starting to set things up, I'm going to slow things down for one moment so I can deal with a couple of things. First of all, voice inside of all your heads. It's Murdry's voice. It comes through. This was not the deal we made. You were told clearly the book, or we take the city.
Book's here. Come and get it.
Bear with me one moment. Z.
Hello.
Make a perception check for me.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So what was their reply? The book's here, come and get it.
Yeah. Which I'm immediately regretting.
I back out the room if he says that.
A Garbanoid appears ahead of you, Carl.
Oh, fuck.
A Garbanoid appears.
Pretty much.
A Garbanoid appears to the side of you.
Fuck.
I'm going to attempt to light the fuse.
You reach down, you one sec, let's
Oh, you fucker, don't you dare. Just let me fucking talk to him.
Make a dexterity check, Carl.
See if it gets advantage again. Oh, that could have so been a 20.
-3.
You go in a moment of panic, realizing that this is turning. You go to reach and just light that fuse immediately. You're just going to blow this now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not enough. Garbanoid, the one next to you, sees you going to do it, swings a tentacle attack at you.
Well, I won't try either of those.
Hits you for 16 psychic damage and forces the intelligence save.
Just for the record, I've never lasted more than one round of combat with these. Just letting everyone.
The rest of you see it as they begin to materialise around Carl. Carl, in a panic, reaches down, goes to just light that fuse, and is just going to do this. And before he can even do it, the tentacle just whips out, smashes around him, and wraps around his head, eager to get a second taste of Carl's brain. What do I do? I won't go straight into this. I'll give you a chance. What do you guys want to do as reactions? What's the...
I step in the room.
Yeah?
And go to shout. And I shout, let him go, or I burn it.
You see, they turn to look at you. Another Garbanoid appears. A sixth. A seventh. And you get this chorus of voices again this time. It's multiple voices, all speaking to you at the same time. You're no longer in the position to bargain.
Oh, I think I am. Now, I'd let him go if I were you. And I raise up a hand and just ever so slightly start summoning a firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
And point it directly towards Carl.
Before you do, unfortunately, your perception check was not very good.
Yep, that's fine.
Can you make an intelligence save for me?
I can.
Oh, that was not a good...
Not ideal. I'll be honest with you, it's not ideal.
Can you roll 3d6 for me? And
yep.
I'm going to just say, there's no pressure on this.
Is this for a Devour Intellect by any chance?
It is. There's no pressure on this.
It quite literally.
Indeed.
Yeah.
You cannot roll enough.
My intelligence is high enough that I cannot have my intellect devoured.
Oh, nice.
They can't bite big enough.
19 or 1920 is the number, right?
Yeah.
You hang on. I've got so many things on this page. Yeah, you reach out. You start to do it, Z, and as you do, you take the. Why have I got stuff set on private? You take the 13 necrotic damage, psychic damage in it. Sorry. Yeah, you take the 13 psychic damage. It's just enough that the flame flickers. You lose control for just a moment. It times it well. You're too taken in the moment. You don't see it coming. And it's at that moment, Z, the voice is in your head again. You hear that there's that banging of metal on rock. I can end this. Just allow me in.
Fuck.
It's up to you, Z.
Do I want to let the world get fucked? Or do I want to fuck the world?
Just sending Charlie a message, but it's not really game related.
Yes. Very much so. I independently had that same thought.
Yeah.
What's the answer, Z?
I mean...
Carl feels rather like that picture of a cat and a lot of dogs. Hoping that no one notices.
Just... Z just shouts into the air. Fuck it. Do your worst.
That firebolt that flickers out in your hand, Z. You go to cast it. It flickers out as you take that psychic damage.
Yeah.
and then it bursts. Your whole arm lights aflame. Your arm lights the room and illuminates the entire room. And you go to throw out the firebolt. And as you do, all of you, your vision goes. All 5 of you, you're stood side by side. And you're in this like nothingness. You're surrounded by fog, by mist, by this like grey mist. And then it parts. And all 5 of you, you're stood on a street. It's a street. It's just a city street. You recognise it, Carl. You recognise the street, and actually, you immediately recognise the date. This is 12 years ago. This is 7138.
So
you look across the street and you can see there's rubble and there's bricks everywhere. There's like fallout. There's smoke in the air. There's a building across from where the 5 of you are stood. There's been some kind of fire, explosion, something. And you can all, the 5 of you can see, you can't move, you have no control in this moment. And you can see there's wearing their full uniform, like city guards, dashing around, dragging at bodies out from underneath this rubble. And you recognise, all 5 of you recognise Carl in City Watch uniform. A little slimmer, a little younger, closer to his peak, maybe. And you see him desperately pulling a body out from underneath one of these pieces of rubble. And you see Carl, as he does, drops down to his knees, and there's this guttural just scream from the bottom of his stomach. And then everyone around just stops motionless. And all those other guards just turn and they look at Carl in this moment of loss and pain. And every single one of those guards and the citizens they were pulling out of the rubble begin to laugh. And that fog just fills back for a moment. And this time, it filters out again. It's gone. The city's gone. You're in a forest. And it's quiet.
If we move on, what year was that?
7138.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Carry on.
This time, the city's gone. You're in a forest, and it's quiet. It's peaceful. It's serene compared to what you just saw. But actually, it's too quiet. Elwyn, you've never known it to be this quiet. This forest is full of life normally, and this is silent. You can see yourself, Elwyn, walking through the forest, and you already know what this moment is. This is the 29th of July. The year is 7056. You don't even know that it's happened yet. You do now, but the you see walking through the forest, you don't know it's happened, but you're fully aware that you're about to find out. You're returning. You've been across the border. You've been in Jakresh. You were hunting, but you're returning home. But the village is never this quiet. And you reach the clearing, and you see the tents and the huts of your village and of your tribe. But there's no movement. And then you see yourself, Elwyn, up ahead, react as you spot the bodies of your friends and your tribe mates and your family. Every single elf in that village just laid on the ground, dried blood running from their noses. You're 2 days too late to have done anything. And you remember how that felt, Elwyn. This is a memory that you do not like to revisit, but you're being forced to do it. And you remember in that moment when you realised somebody had done this to your entire tribe, your family, your friends, everyone you knew, you swore whoever did this, whatever did this, you would do the same to them. But then the forest actually, it isn't silent. In every single treetop around you, there's birds. And those birds start to laugh. They laugh at you, Elwyn. In your moment of loss and pain, they just laugh at you. And that fog rolls across again. The five of you, you're all aware of this. You have no way of interacting with the world around you as this awful recollection of your worst moments come across you. And then it stops. And this place is different. The sun is like, it's brighter. It's like this place is more alive. And it's beautiful, it's glorious. This is Dwarf. And it's so glorious. The city is Estabrook. And it's a fine city. It flourishes. It's home to every race you can imagine. And it's home to you, Eleanor. And this city has everything you've ever wanted. You love this place. This is your home. But it doesn't have the cure. It doesn't have what you need. It doesn't have what your father needs. And so you know you have to leave, and you have to go to this empire, Austrial. You've heard about it. You know that its very existence, the history of this place, is shaped by hatred and by ignorance. And you know that by leaving, your father will never set foot in Dwarf again. But you vow to stay beside him, regardless. As much as you wish to be here at home, if he has to leave, you'll leave with him. And so you walk out towards the docks, to the ship that will take you away from Dwarf, and to this other place, this backwards, hateful place. And as you walk through the city towards the docks, every single person you go past just waves. And they just wave and laugh. And then we're back in the forest. And Warforged, your creator, just sits cross-legged, communing with his patron, the source of his power, the Raven Queen. And you watch silently. You can see yourself stood behind him. You say nothing. You have nothing to say. You have no purpose other than to serve him. You're not a companion. You're not a friend to him. You are just a tool. And you wait silently until he needs you. And you just wait. You're eager to aid and to help him in his quest to reforge that same weapon that killed the old gods, because you know, and he has told you that without it, this world will end soon. You don't know the details because it doesn't matter. You're just a tool, but you know it will happen, and it has to stop. And you know what date this is already, Warforged. This is the 27th of July. It's 7056. Your creator then stands up, finishes his commune with the Raven Queen, and he calls you over. He gestures over towards you, and as you approach, he just reaches up and he wipes the blood from his nostril. But it just keeps flowing, and it gets heavy, quick. And he drops to the ground, and his body begins to convulse, and then it just stops. But it's fine. You always wait to do what you're told. You're a tool, so you wait for him to stand up again and to tell you what to do, to give you his commands. And you wait, and you stand, and you wait there for 7 hours, silently, just waiting. And then she arrives. The black-eyed lady. She tells you that your efforts are wasted. He has no need of you at all. It's too late. But she does have need of you. She tells you that now you must complete his work. It's essential. She tells you that today she's gained many souls. She's gained more souls today than she ever has in her time in Thentos. Thousands of souls. But unless you can help her, unless you can complete what your creator needed to do, she'll have more souls than she could ever need. This world is going to end. There is a finite amount of time left to stop what is coming. Unless you can help her reforge that weapon, it will be too late. And you don't know how to, you remember that moment. This was the first time you were allowed to make a decision for yourself. Instead of somebody telling you what to do, somebody was asking you to do something. And you look down at your creator, the man who gave you life. Without him, you would just be wood and metal and nothing more. And he just lays on the ground, motionless, and he just laughs at you. And see, the five of you again. You're this time you're inside a room, a quiet candlelit room. Z, you see yourself. You're sat there and you're transcribing the book. You're transcribing this book, which has slowly begun to define each of your days. You don't know what it is. You don't understand it. You know that the rest of the group are unhappy or unsure of this, and you are now after the things that have happened. So you're transcribing it, trying to take what you can from it. And as you do, the book taunts you, and the words shift as you attempt to copy them. And then you stop copying the words. You give up, and you put down your quill, and you look up. Z stands up, turns, and looks at all five of you. Z looks directly at yourself, and Z begins to laugh, and keeps laughing, and just keeps laughing because it's too late now. The corruption's already started, and because of you, Z, this world and everyone on it will die. The paupers will die. The pets will die. The princes, the kings, the emperors, they will die. The beasts in the world and in the forest will die. The rivers will dry up and die. The mountains will crumble to dust and nothingness and die. The clouds will rain for the last time and they will die. Thentos will die. And the gods, the new gods, the bastards, they'll die. It will all die. But not me. I will never die, and that's what scares them the most. And then you hear this loud booming, an explosion. And we'll pick it up next week.
So guys, I might have fucked up.
Don't know.
But
That was so good. Sam.
you know,
Mm.
who knows? Fucking hell. Well played, Mr. Sam.
Mm.
Again,
That
both
was
slightly
fantastic. Oh, what was the explosion? Did I blow up Carl?
Mm.
I genuinely don't think Carl would actually hold that against me that much. He was about
not
to blow
at
himself
all.
up.
I was attempting to blow it up.
However, fuck.
I should have thought about it. It didn't occur to me they wouldn't have played. For some reason, I thought they wouldn't appear
I mean,
so
this is entirely on you for taunting them and saying we were there. Just saying. Why?
Yeah, it's definitely someone else's fault, Z. It's
Yeah.
definitely
If,
someone
if
else's
I've
fault.
just corrupted and doomed the world to an eternity of darkness, it is Carl's fault because he
That's fair.
forced my hand.
That's fair.
And he'll be dead, so he won't be able to defend himself.
That's also true. Well, there was an alternate version where, had I known about the what happened to Eleanor and the people that she was speaking to, because it turned out she was trying to do exactly the same thing I was doing. and that people were being hurt because we were talking to them, then I was ready to just give you over to them. The conclusion that Carl would have come to was, I would have taken the book off you in the pub, or at least attempted to. But we didn't.
No, you did not.
I didn't know that. I was fully expecting, after what happened to Eleanor, that I would get to the first place and then have the same experience, and then I was going to offer them anything.
Yeah. In Eleanor's head, at least, she made the choice between definitely solving this problem and maybe solving it, but also potentially saving her parents, and she went for the second option because that was more important.
Makes sense to me. Oh my golly!
Interestingly, do we not see a scene for Wenda at all?
No.
No, she's back a
Well,
level
she's
above.
brain dead, isn't she? It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if whatever made us see that was
Maybe test.
aware of our party or not.
Maybe it's just a test to see if we can relive our darkest moments and come out strong the other side, so that we can be blessed with great, wonderful boons of the gods.
I feel you've got to justify this to everyone, Z. This is on you.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Makes for a good story. That time we, let a drow fuck up the entire world.
And that's why everyone hates elves.
Exactly. Look, everyone's been treating me like a piece of shit this whole campaign. I might as well.
Thank you much. I have not.
Okay, yeah. Everyone other than Eleanor.
Warforged hasn't treated anyone like a piece of shit.
This is true.
Equally ambivalent to everyone.
So has Warforged been on this mission for 130 years?
Yeah, we established this before.
Yeah.
This is canon. The Warforged's dad, shall we say, his owner, their owner, or their whatever, creator, is the cousin of my stepfather, who died in the war during because the staff were willing, and he was in Osterul doing something. As far as I know, I know the story. I only know the story from my father, which is just that my father felt like he should have done more in the war than he did, and he almost wishes that he died like his cousin who was out fighting the war. Now, as it turns out, maybe he wasn't actually fighting a war; he was doing his whatever the Raven Queen was. But yeah, that mission has been going on for quite a while.
Warforged works in slow, mysterious ways.
Yeah. Oh, Bennett.
Well, I'm going to get a drink. I'll say goodnight to everybody, because that was a monologue.
Yeah, good night. Cheers, Sam. That was really good.
You bastard.
Indeed.
Don't say it was good. It was awful.
Just your reaction to trying to get that person to send a message was brilliant.
It's just been a roller coaster, like an absolute roller coaster all evening. Genuinely quite emotional. It's been very good.